Hello and welcome to another markeinout.com tutorial video. In one of our previous videos, we have reviewed the Stock Screener tool, which is a most popular and easy to use tool. This can be a great choice for when you start to use the service. It should work for you in most cases. However, if you need to build a more specific or more sophisticated selection criteria, then you will definitely find the Formula Stock Screener tool very helpful. The Formula Screener is a more powerful tool in comparison to the regular Stock Screener. When you open it for the first time, you may find yourself very lost because you don't know the syntax or how to build the formula expression. Learning that, though, should not be a problem because you can utilize the Formula Expression Helper pane to build certain conditions and insert them into the formula one by one. In the Formula Expression Helper pane, we see categories, subcategories, and criteria expressions that can finally be added to the formula expression. Let's start with adding a stock universe criteria, NYSE, and we'll also add NASDAQ. You can see here that for exchanges, we have NYSE and NASDAQ. Next, I'll add an RSI criteria. So we'll place Relative Strength Index 14, crossed above 80, and then we'll add a Moving Average criteria. Category, Moving Averages, price is above, Simple Moving Average 7. Also, I will add a new 21 high condition. So I want to find stocks that have reached a new 21-day high. I will open price action, new highs, then new 21 bar high. Up here, that reads as NH_21. Let's give this new screen a name, Formula Screen. And now, let's run the screen to review the results. We'll open the first stock to review, and here we see that the ticker hit a new 21-day high, and RSI crossed above 80, and the moving average condition has been met. Let's return to the editing page. We can see that the Formula Screener has many of the same parameters as the regular Stock Screener, with the exception that the Historical Screening option and Periods select boxes are missing. In fact, the Formula Screener supports both of those functions, but in a little bit of a different way. Let's review how historical screening can work on this formula. Let's say I want to find stocks that met the RSI criteria the day before yesterday. I can do so as follows. I will surround the criteria with parentheses and add @2. This reads RSI crossed above 80 at the 2D bar. It is also worth mentioning that shift values are enumerated starting from 0, with 0 meaning today or the most recent data. In fact, 0 works the same as if there is no shift indication at all. 1 means yesterday, 2 means the day before yesterday, and so on. Let's run the screen and review the results. We will look at the first stock, and for convenience, let's switch to a 6-month range for better viewing. We see that RSI crossed above 80 the day before yesterday, and the moving average condition was met. Let's return to editing. Now, let's say we want to find stocks that met the RSI criteria someday within the last 3 days. I can do that also. I will surround the condition with parentheses and then add at square bracket 0 double point 2. So I'm using square brackets to specify the shift range. I want the condition to be met today or yesterday or the day before yesterday. Now, let's say I want to find the stocks that met the moving average criteria all of the time within the last 3 days. I can also do that as follows. I will surround the condition with parentheses, and then I am adding at symbol, a curly bracket, 0 double point 2. Please pay attention to the fact that I am using curly brackets in this case to specify the shift range, in comparison to the square brackets we used before. Because I need the condition to be met all the time within the last 3 days, not on some day within the last 3 days. When I'm using square brackets, I want the condition to be met today or yesterday or the day before yesterday. With the curly brackets, I want the condition to be met today and yesterday and the day before. Of course, the shift range can start not only from 0. We can specify any range, let's say from 3 to 7 or from 5 to 10. Let's run this screen and review the new results. Let's look at the chart for this stock and switch to a 6-month view. And now we see that the relative strength index condition is met when it crossed above 80 somewhere within the last 3 days, and the moving average condition is met all of the time within the last 3 days. Back to the screen editing page. Next, let's review how periods for technical indicators works in Formula Screener tool. If I want a condition to be met on weekly periods, I can do as follows. I will add an at weekly indication to the condition. And I will do the same for the moving average condition with at weekly. So now the shift range is not in days, but in weeks. And the same for the moving average condition. Let's run the screen and review the results. We'll switch to weekly periods on this chart. We now see that the technical condition is met. With this stock, we can see where the RSI crossed above 80 within the last 3 weeks, and that the moving average condition is true within all the 3 last weeks. Let's return back to the editing page, and we can change the RSI criteria to work on the most recent data, and the same for moving average condition. In fact, we can specify different periods for the technical criteria, such as monthly, or we can remove period indications entirely, such that it will run on daily periods by default. Now, let's review how to use the OR condition in the Formula Screener. Let's change the expression. I will delete RSI, moving averages, and the new high criteria from the corresponding category, and I'm adding price touched 0.23 Fibonacci retracement level. Then I will add price touched 0.38 Fibonacci level and then price touched 0.50 Fibonacci level. Then I will change the AND to an OR, and I will also add a price trend condition from the price action category with price trending up for 200 days. Let's run this screen. Here we see that the stock's price touched the 0.23 Fibonacci retracement level, and we can return to the edit screen. As you know, the AND condition has a higher priority in logical expressions. So, if we use the OR logical operator, we have to use parentheses to isolate it from the AND condition. Please be careful on this detail. If you don't use parentheses for the OR operator, the screener will give out an error. Let's review how we can use data arrays in the formula expression. Data arrays allow you to have access to open, high, low, close prices, and volume data for both historical and most recent values. So we'll use these arrays to build a bearish Harami candlestick pattern. Here's the picture of what the Harami pattern looks like. It's a 2-day pattern that has a small body, day completely contained within the range of the previous body. Actually, the screener has the bearish Harami pattern criteria built in, and it can be added from the candlestick category. But in order to demonstrate data arrays usage, we'll build this criteria by ourselves. Let's create a new formula screen. Since I need day completely contained within the range of the previous body, I will write today's high is below yesterday's close, and today's low is above yesterday's open price. And since we want the bearish Harami pattern, I will specify today's close below today's open, and this condition is for today's black body. Also, let's add a condition for yesterday's close is above yesterday's open price for yesterday's white body. Now let's run the screen and see the results. Let's check the 1 month range for better viewing. We see the 2-bar bearish Harami candlestick pattern. Let's move back to the editing page. You will be able to review more examples by clicking on the corresponding link on the bottom of the Formula Screener page. It's also worth mentioning that if you have some regular screens built before, you should be able to convert them into a formula screen. Let's open this screen and click on Convert into Formula. We see the new formula screen created with the equivalent formula expression. Since the formula screen is more powerful, each regular stock screen can be converted into a formula screen, but not the other way around. Let's take a look at the My Screens page, and we will see our formula screen here. We can run or edit it from this page. If we want to know how well the screen would have worked in the past, or how would we be successful if we follow this stock screening strategy, we can backtest it. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial on the basic usage of the formula screener. If you have any questions, please use the corresponding forum on our site to contact us. We will be able to assist you with building your criteria. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave your comments below.